evening, members of Spiritual and Cryptid Encounters. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. For those that tune in on Restream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Well, I'm not doing the Twitch, but TikTok. And for those that tune in on my TikTok short reels under HCS895, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. It's for me a little bit tired. We went out dancing for Valentine's Day. That's the night away. Let me share out this link with whoever's tuning in. Let me share out this link real quick, brothers and sisters. There we are. We're all cheered out here on Spiritual and Cryptid Encounters. Who do we got here? What do we got here tonight? I don't know. Should leave my hair or put on the hat. Then I'm just gonna go without the. Do got my combat hat on, but I'll leave it on off for tonight. Who do we got here? Andres Carizales. How you doing, Andres? Got a little bit tired today. Spent most of the afternoon, well, yesterday from like around 1 to like 5 or 6, house hunting. That's what we were doing all afternoon. After going out and dancing the night away, so I was a little bit sore, a little bit tired from all the dancing, but we just have to stay patient. And even though we've seen a lot of nice homes, we still gotta find the one that we're looking for that's going to be spacious and that we're going to feel comfortable in. There's a lot of beautiful homes, but space-wise, they're kind of small. They're not that big. We want something that we're going to feel comfortable in. So we're going to continue to still be looking to see what comes up. So how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing great and that they had a wonderful Valentine's Day on Saturday. As for me, spent most of the morning resting, and then we went, like I said, house searching. But yeah, man, seen a lot of beautiful homes, but it's like we're looking at the homes and we always find something, like the other one we seen this afternoon. It looked nice and everything. It was a corner lot, but when we went into the garage, we noticed that it was like a sauna in there, like it was real hot. We went to go touch the garage door, and it was like burning in there, So that kind of like throws off there, I guess, because it's a corner lot and there's nothing blocking, no trees or nothing, so it's getting the sunlight direct hit. So that kind of throws us off there, that one, even though it was beautiful in the inside. It's just that right there, and the driveway was in a steep incline, like real steep, that we didn't like. It was one of those steep. I'm talking about steep up in the air to go to the house. So that right there, the cars parked in that direction. I don't know if it's a good idea for the vehicles. Uh, so we decided not on that one, and it's like every home. Well, we found something that wrong. So yeah, this was one of the things that we're still looking, trying to find the right home. That we can agree, both can agree. There was another one that we liked also. It's just I think it was real nice in the inside. I just don't know. I told my wife, I guess square footage, that was a thing. We're looking for something a little bit more bigger than the homes that were presented to us today. But hopefully, we're praying that something will come up soon. You know, I thought something will come up soon. But what got here? I Somebody named Mark. How you doing, Mark? Uh, uh, First time seeing you here, I think. Yeah, man. I'm not the only one that's looking for my home. My son is looking for a house also. Believe it or not, he's gonna. I guess this search tomorrow is gonna be his first time going looking around. Him and his fiance are searching for a house also. Well, the only thing I know, man, that time flies and time goes by fast. That if you're gonna do something, man, do it. Well, you gotta stay persistent on what you're trying to do. Like example, job wise, build up your credit. You know, build up your credit while you can. And stay focused on what you're trying to do or try to accomplish. Uh, has he? Yeah, I think it's the first time I've seen him, but maybe I don't know, man. Just that's the first time I've ever seen his name. Let me see. I can see the face, but I think I remember him. I'm not sure. So many people that come in here with fake accounts, man, pretending to be somebody. That shit. One time I had a corner cob come in here, or his buddy, uh, Bud Bumil, whatever his name is, Bud Bumil, his buddy with his fake profile, pretend to be me. Literally have my picture and everything. He's talking about Scott. If you're listening to me, man, you say you're prior military. I know there's a little bit of a mixture in your family. I think we talked about that last time. I know exactly where you live, uh, but you know you're of no concern to me, man. Uh, if you want to settle something with me because you don't like what I do, because you're defending corner cob, we can handle it the old-fashioned way. You say you're prior military, I'm prior military. We can settle it. If you want to stick in the way for your buddy, Dirty Ike, which to me he's a bitch. He ain't no man. If you want to stand up for him and take it for him, then so be it. Because if you've been part of the trolling with all the other fools, you know, you ain't worth my time, man. Actually, honestly, you ain't worth my time. Yeah, all these people, man, to me are letdowns. I'm a patient guy. That's one thing about me. I'll let people blow a fuse and talk all the crap, troll me and all that. But I'm a very patient guy. That's why I'm patient with all the things that are going. I mean, I think I've seen like probably like 30 homes already, 20, 30 homes. I can't remember how many we've seen. Uh, but I'm a patient guy, you know. All these people that have been targeting me over the years, the span of 5 years. I started doing this in 2015, but I was already doing other things on Facebook uh, under Positive Spiritualist. I was doing spiritual works there and other groups since like around 2011. So people knew who I was, and one of the ones, believe it or not, that's been trolling me for a long time has been La Bruja, Crazy Dana Ortega, because I knew her from a different site. So I've been knowing her for a long time. She's been infiltrating for a long time, pretending she was on that site, Light Workers of the World, or Light Workers of Life Feeds, where that's how she entered as my friend, turned to my friend because I was talking about a love foundation. That's how she became a friend, dealing with that, because it seemed like to me that she was a very religious person, always sending me copy and paste verses out of the Bible through Messenger all the time. So I figured, well, this old lady, she's, seems to be very, very religious, but anybody can copy and paste, And then I figured out it was a lot deeper than that she had been infiltrating me for a very long time. So this 30i guy, they've been infiltrating me way before 2015 because Dana Ortega has been on my friend list like around 2000, man, like 11, 13, 12, somewhere around there. Because I remember her, that she's been on my friends list for a long time. So yeah, these people are very wicked. I just don't know, why she was doing the dirty work for Ike, how she was infiltrating for him. Why me, because, I got a small group and all this. But why me? Why target me? But, I already know why. That's part of doing the works that I do. I always get targeted in that manner spiritually when it has to do with the balance and, so the balance between good and evil. Evil's going to try to put people in your path to derail you from what you're trying to do. That's what evil does. So yeah, it's going to put evil people in your path to try to bullshit you, try to lie. I believe Dana Ortega, when I unfriended her, I didn't want to unfriend her, but I had to unfriend her because, I caught her in some lies, and then I figured that she was infiltrated. She was with Dirty Ike, but like I said, I knew her before that. So it kind of like, I wasn't upset and I wasn't hurt because I really don't know her. But it wasn't just her. There was some other people there that were on my friends list that I've been knowing for since like 2011, 2012 that they left also. I believe they were infiltrating for Dirty Ike. I think the only thing that I believe that they have in common is because I was trying to spread the Heavenly Love Foundation. when I was doing live workers live feeds. I would do lives there, and I would do live workers of the world. The thing is that in this groups back then, I started noticing people started uh, reading cards, palm reading, and sometimes see people would pull out their Ouija boards, and I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? So I started talking about a Heavenly Love Foundation and about Jesus Christ. Then one of the main admins there contacted me and told me that I'm not supposed to talk about religion. It's like, what are you talking about? Jesus Christ? That's where the love comes from. It's from Him. I mean, He died for our sins. And they're like, no, we can't. We don't talk about religion here. Then what are you talking about when you call yourself light workers of the world? Or I mean, what is it about? What kind of love is this that you're talking about? When they told me that I could not place Jesus, talk anything about Jesus Christ, or even compare it with the Heavenly Love Foundation, that's when I chose to leave that group. To me, I felt that it was in a den of you could say brujas or brujos, people that believe in other things. So that's when I left Love Workers of the World and like Right Feeds. And I think some of this, there were some people that were there, which is include Dana, and there was this other female. I can't remember her name. There was like two or three people that were affiliated with the group. They were my friends, and they unfriended me. Well, I unfriended Dana, but there was other ones that unfriended me because I think they were all infiltrating for Dirty Ike. Actually, I don't know what the deal with him is with me, but hey, whenever you want to fucking man up before you go to prison, so old Storm Seals will give you the whooping that your daddy didn't give you, boy. Yeah, I'll give you uh, the whooping your daddy didn't give you. You're being a bad boy, Mikey. Bad boy, Mikey. If I were to tell you, if I were to tell you this, Dirty Ike, we need people like you, Mike. I mean, you put out some good stuff out there. I mean, you're great. You're a great talker. You're a great storyteller. You're a great boots on the ground guy. Uh, I mean, your work is just the bomb, man. I mean, with all this slides and the ghosts that you capture, like the No Mommy No or the flying rock, or when you seen that the shapeshifter that looked like a Bambi, man. We need people like you to be in this community. I think you do good if you will stay in the community. Well, yeah, Dirty Ike. I think you don't need to go, man. You need to go. You need to stay. Continue to do what you do because you're very good, a good person when it comes down to being boots on the ground. Well, they ain't call me liar because no, you're not. First of all, you're not boots on the ground. You're more like boots around the vehicle, or I walk around my truck, stay within the light. Yeah, you're not boots on the ground, man. Trust me. I'm the real boots on the ground. While I was serving in the military for 10 years, trained offensively, defensively, daytime and nighttime. I'm the real boots on the ground. You're just an imposter, homeboy. Or should I say, an imposter. An imposter. And that includes Jessica. If you're listening, you need to be in this community, man. You already did enough damage to this community. Just you stay out of it, do something, go find a job, and focus on your job. The only thing y'all know for is for buying views. That's all y'all do. Buy views, buy viewership. You send it, so How you doing, Sister Nellie? How you doing? I hope y'all doing great. No, there's only one outlet that I think if Dirty Eye would have his head up, so far up his ass, there's one thing that he could have done that I think he probably would have done good without buying no views or nothing. I gave him the advice, but he didn't take it. And if he would create a show that is just dealing with a comedy skit, like I mean, I don't know what did you call it, that I think it would do good if it was all comedy, how you had Hee Haw back in the day, Corn Hall, I don't Corn in the Cob, that people know that if they want to see some funny shit, they can go there, right? Maybe in that way, but he would have to say, well, it's just staged, a hoax for the people to understand that it's a comedy skit. That right there probably would have been something that they would have been good at. But that's just my opinion. If you would have gone down that route, but nope, you chose to mess with people, come at people in a negative way, and you look at you. Nobody's scared of you. Nobody's scared of nobody from your camp. Nobody's scared of deranged uh older Ortega. She thinking she bad and all this shit. She ain't bad at all. But I'll leave it at that. I can't say too much about her because she'll try to say I'm threatening her or something, So old hag, keep my name out of your mouth and mind your own freaking business. I unfriended you a long time ago because you lied to me and I found out that you were affiliated with Corn the Cob. That's why you're not on my friends list. That way you hate me so much, right? Because you're infiltrating me just like you manipulate Dirty Ike, right? You thought you can manipulate me, but I had you figured out along, bitch. Oh, excuse my language. I said fish. I had you figured out all along. He said, I'm a very patient guy. I just let people surface up, they reveal themselves to me, and they give themselves away to me. It just happens. No difference in the other guy, Stolen Valor guy, that I fear I tuned into him. They said they were going to have some kind of meeting, and I was looking at him, his demeanor and all this, and I said, "No, this guy's full of shit." He was no military. I could tell that it was falsifying himself, and I was right on that one. So yeah, it doesn't take too much to figure somebody out. Just like everybody knows about Dirty Ike now. Yeah, Dirty Ike, it was me that blew your cover to the Damon Peterson account. It's probably why you still come at me, right? Hey, by the way, Hunter is home safely, just like I told you he was gonna be. I told you, Dirty Ike. What's it? I think it's a corn on the cob. Stop messing with me because normally when people mess with me, bad things happen. But in this case, it was a good thing because I prayed for the safety of your son. And guess what? My prayer, my prayer was not just heard; it was action taken by the Heavenly Father. So I could see you might have some hatred towards me or the Heavenly Father, because your son isn't with you, but he is in the right place with his mother where he's supposed to be. Yeah. Let's see if Dirty Ike shows up here. Remember when you used to mess with me all the time, Ike? Put in all those red circles everywhere with your when you messed with me with a Demi Peterson account, and then you yourself did it, man, doing all the red circles. When you're the one that invited me to Abnormal Investigations initially, or it might have been Dana that invited me there. One of y'all invited me there, and then you're like, I placed a picture with different filters, and you're like, in my group, you can only place one picture. That's what you said to me with your Stephen Michael account. You can only place one picture here, and if you want to circle where it's at so people can see what you're posting, circle it in color red. Right? That's what you told me. I started doing what you told me for your group because all the other groups I would place them the way I placed them with the filters, so people could see. And then people started attacking me in your group. You were attacking me with fake profiles, with all these other fake profiles, right? And then you're making fun of me with the Damon Peterson account, talking about Red Circle King CS when it was your fat ass that told me to put the red circles. So yeah, Dirty Ike. You ever want to make your way to Temple, Texas? Make your way over here because I do got a score to settle with you. You started a lot of bullshit, and I ain't forgotten. I forget people daily, but I ain't forgotten. Yeah, and I'm like, and you know why he did that? Why he invited me is because he attacked me and Bettina right after me and Sister Bettina did the show of sleep paralysis, night terrors, in which it was a good. She had a lot of people tuning into that. He had done the show with her before I did the show because she did the show with him first, and she found out that he was freaking lying. And he thought that he was all excited, and he thought that she was going to invite him back to the show, and she didn't. Then I did a show with her like a week later, after he did a show with her, and he blew the show that he tried to do with her out of the water. So then that's where he targeted me and her because she wasn't going to have him back on the show because she found out he was full of shit. And I'm saying Elijah, she found out he was full of crap, and he thought he was going to be a part two. There was never a part two. And there was a part two, Dirty Ike. There should have never been a part one. That's why you don't. That's why you hate me. Can't be like me, Ike. See the difference between me and you. I've been there and done that. All the experiences that I just share here in spiritual and cryptid encounters. I've been there and done it. It's real experiences. I've been around the world. Where have you been, Dirty Ike? The only place you've been is around your vehicle. The only boots on the ground is when you go walk around your vehicle. You haven't been nowhere. Your mama's titty doesn't count of being somewhere, Dirty Ike. You haven't been nowhere, man. Irresponsible. Can pay child support. right? Want to cry about your failures to everybody. I mean, but the only thing I'll give you credit for this, uh, you was able to. This just using your imagination. The only thing I'll give you credit for, Dirty Ike, and this using your imagination. You're a hunter, not dealing with somebody. If you're a hunter and you're in the safari, the only thing I can give you credit that you managed to catch a freaking hippopotamus. That's all I'll give you credit. You was able to go to the safari and capture a hungry hippo. To not just capture a hungry hippo, but to train a hungry hippo. Trainer to jump like a dog. Trainer to eat skin tags up out of your hand. Feed a corn on the cob like a pig. I give you credit for that. You know. Then you got all this old crazy ass old ladies that are under your resume, or I should I say, uh, I don't know, man. All this crazy old ass ladies that you got wrapped around your finger. I don't know, man. They're just old and senile, you know. And you know what's crazy about this? This wasn't just a hippo. This was a not an ordinary hippo. She was like a mixed breed. This hungry hippo. She was a mixed breed because I didn't know that hungry hippos could cry crocodile tears. So she was a trained hungry hippo with crocodile tears, trying to bullshit everybody. But you can bullshit old SARS because RMC is red eye to you. I mean, you're a freaking big ass target. How could I miss you? Jessica, you're listening. You know you made an ass out of yourself, right? I'm being truthful. You made an ass out of yourself. Do you think that Soren Sias, Brother Ape Sias, or anybody here in the chat, Madeline Shap, all the people you don't mess with for months, do you think that we give a damn if you're about your feelings? Hell no. We don't give a damn about your feelings. The only thing that we wanted is for y'all to move on in your lives and let us do our thing in peace. That's all we wanted. But do you think, but you shedding crocodiles, that we give a damn about that shit? Hell no. I don't care because you were lying anyways. I done heard them all come out of your mouth. Only God knows what's come out of your mouth, but you're freaking lying. And I think she's full of shit. She didn't lose no freaking job. Uh, I'm being straight up to you. Look, Jessica, when you was crying and lying, I didn't give a shit. I don't hear it. I was like, who the fuck sent me this link? I don't hear about this chick that done been saying a lot of shit about me and my friends. I clicked off the link. I heard enough and I said, screw this shit. I'm out of here. As many times that I invited y'all to come into my live feed, I was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to hear what this chick has to say about her freaking cornfield relationship that with a dude that she hasn't even freaking met. Come on, who's gonna buy that shit? She's never met this person, and they've never met in person. That's why there's no way that she could be. That's what she messed up. There's no way she could be that hurt. I can understand maybe they had, and I don't want to puke or make somebody puke. If they had something physical with each other, real relationship, but they didn't even have that. So that's why I knew that she was full of it. She was freaking lying her ass off. And it's good that you lost your job. That's what happens when you start. That's what happens. You're following trend, just like Mike. He was trying to make you like him. If you lost your job, you know, yeah. I don't. I don't want to hear it. I mean, she just said an apology, but she freaking her and fat titty bastard Cuffington ragged on Sister Madeline for about a fucking month. Excuse my French, but this is only over 18. And she want to come in there and like, oh, I'm hurt. I don't want to give. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about you and Dirty Ike. I don't. I can say it here on my group because if I would have tried to say that in your chat, you probably would have booted me off, right? But here I can talk about it. It's okay here. Yeah, I like that. Who wants to listen to this lying ass, lying ass? I was gonna say something, but I don't keep it respectful. Lying ass puta. Who's gonna believe this lying ass puta after she done messed with everybody for about 2 years? If you was really hurting, which I doubt it, that's what you get. Karma is a bitch when you mess with people. And I still say you're lying. What y'all doing is going under the radar, trying to troll people with fake accounts. You're still doing the same thing. So the only nice thing I have to say to y'all is fuck y'all. Sorry about that. Tonight is not really about too much. I'm just letting out a little bit of these things, how these people been acting, Done been messing me with a lot of years, especially that old crusty puta, Dana Ortega. She been messing with me for a long time. I don't give a shit what happens to her either. None of those people. I don't give a damn what happens to them. That's between them and their maker. It's between them and the Heavenly Father. The other fucking idiot yelling all the fucking time like you want to do something, to trying to talk like he's a thug and all this bullshit. Uh, yeah, I don't give a shit about that dude either. None of them. I'm just trying to do my own thing here, but for some reason, they continue to come and troll with their fake ass profiles. Let me see my messenger here real quick. See what we got going on here. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's do this. We got some. I got a picture to show you here. Oh man, this is crazy. Here we go. Let's show this photo here. Dirty Ike trying to around Jessopotamus when he's done using her. Oh man. Oh man, look at that. Jessica, or what do they call her, Jessopotamus. Don't quit your day job because you're a sorry actress. Connect for shit. Oh my god. The hungry hippo got hungry trying to eat the little worm. A dirty actually little. It wasn't a worm that he sent you, Jessopotamus. It was a skin tag that he sent you. I bet you he had a name for that skin tag. He sent you the chicken Cleghorn skin tag. He probably got names for all the skin tags. She ain't gonna come clean, Sister Nelly. She had her opportunity and she blew it. And you know what Jessica was gonna be good about all this? At least you could say you stuck by your man till the end because the end is coming very soon for him. It's right around the corner. You're not gonna get a apology from her fat ass. You're not. You know why? Because they're still affiliated. I don't buy a single word she said. Dirty Ike or her is still in cahoots. I mean, when you got Fat Titty Confronting there and Dana Ortega, is because that's a Roach gang, or yeah, the Roach gang, or the Roach Nest. They're in cahoots. That's all right. Uh, Dirty Ike gonna fall pretty soon. Once he's done, they're all done. Yeah. Once he's done and where he's going, we might just continue to keep on roasting him for all that time that he's where he's going. Yeah, there wasn't no boyfriend or girlfriend. Well, I don't know. Well, I think they had one thing in common. You got the Jezzopotamus that lives in the mud, and then Dirty Ike that's a dirty person. So maybe that's what they both had in common. They both were dirty people. Oh yeah. Ooh man, when you're locked up, you're gonna be thinking of us. We're gonna be making all kinds of fun of you, man. All those freaking years of freaking you messing with us, man. We're gonna roast you, man. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna be roasting you, man, when you're locked up in the cárcel. Ooh, imagine all the memes we're gonna create with your mugshot, man. That is if you last that long in there. Yeah, it might be all kinds of mugshots. There might even be a mugshot of you, Hungry Hippo, since you were part of it. They're all going to be pointing the finger at each other once everything goes down. But the bad thing about it, well, you know what? I can't say too many things bad about people, man, because I know that I've known a lot of people that have gone to prison and they've come out of prison. They've done a lot of bad things, but when they come out, they did their time or whatever. They say that they want to change their ways and they're trying to make the best out of it. In which that's where sometimes forgiveness comes in. But this guy here, he could have made a change for the 5 years that he's been messing with me. He could have made a change for himself, and maybe things would have been going different for him. But he chose to continue to. I don't know. I think he was fascinated with Brother Wolf, some kind of way. I don't know what the deal with him with Wolf and all these people that attacked him. You know, and I'm going to be honest with you. I had a couple of brewskis yesterday. I had a couple of brewskis yesterday. For Valentine's Day. I'm going to be honest with y'all. If people that you considered your friends choose shows their side, kind of like Barton Nunley, and he was letting them say whatever they wanted to say to y'all, or choose their side, then he wasn't a friend in the first place to be considered a good friend, because real friends wouldn't do that to you. So I'm just saying that Barton Nunley was, you could say, you ever heard the term friend with benefits? Friend with benefits? Well, that's all he was interested is the benefits. All he's seen Brother Josh Turner as was a dollar bill, a money sign. I'm not sure Brother Josh Turner could have guided him to do things a certain way to be accomplished, try to help him out like he is, as a good person. But yeah, if this guy he jumped ship real quick and shows Dirty Larry and Cluffington and Dirty Ike, then he was never a friend at all. I'm just being honest about it. What is he going to say? Uh, the saber tooth tiger put stuff in my head. I'm just being honest with you. He was never your friend. All these people that you had on your friends list that associated with Dirty Ike or that followed other people, they really wasn't your friends. They were just infiltrating or what we call moles, right? Somebody that's they're spying for somebody else, and that they really wasn't your friend. I know one thing that Barton wouldn't have said what he said to me. What he said to me that he was gonna do this and this to me. You know, I was there at the conference. If he didn't like me, he could have said something to me there. Man, shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. He probably might have gotten the best of me that day because that day my leg was injured, and nobody. I don't know if anybody noticed or anything, but I had an injured leg. I had injured my left leg real bad. It was badly bruised. Uh, with the trash can, my son stepped in it and it flipped with his weight in it, and he almost it hurt me real bad. So I went to the conference with an injured leg. But I know why. It's a lot deeper. I see the bigger picture. It was a lot deeper than that, man. I guess a lot of these people that they wanted it just to be about cryptids. They wanted it just to stay focused on flesh and blood. I'm more sure they talked to themselves and said, "There's no room for spiritual in the cryptid community because it'll hurt us. It's about money. It'll hurt us because people start thinking that the Bigfoot is not real, that the dogman is not real, that all these cryptids are not real, that there's something else." Spiritual and cryptid encounters, brother Apsias, he's a threat to us because he's got videos where you see these things moving. The only thing we got is books that we write of things that we make up. We never really experienced, but we want the people to believe in the bullshit we're writing. But we don't have no evidence like Brother Abe CS got on spiritual and cryptid encounters. He's got real spiritual evidence there on these videos. Yeah, and I think that's what it was. I don't know if Brother Wolf is here or not, or I don't know if he's working. Is that they did not want the coalition. They did not want the coalition of cryptid and spirit wise dealing with any kind of like the DDN or manifestations, spiritual manifestations, demonic manifestations. Anubis, one thing that Sister Bettina Moss will talk about. They didn't want the coalition. They didn't. Yeah, he's just. I think he's got more serious problems than what you think, brother Josh. I think they were hooked on something. But yeah, he don't give a damn. Anybody can write a book. I mean, I knew a lot of people that in the military that were good. They could write good poems and good. There were good authors, and I would meet people with different. How should I say, talents. But yeah, that's what it was. They didn't want the coalition. I think they were trying to take out Brother Josh Turner, make him think he's part of them in some kind of way because they're there. But then at the same time, on the down low, they were targeting him at the same time. So we got to make it seem that we're not part of that, of the people we're sending to mess with them. So we got to attend this conference doing the favor, infiltrating. Because, and the reason I say that, because when it came down to getting rid of a certain person that was spreading rumors in their group, I'm talking about the Bigfoot group. You know, those guys were there at the conference. When it came down to eliminating Dirty Larry, he said he's one of us. One of who? There was a term that I remember that they said, the good old. There's a term that they said, the good old boys. So, guess who defended Larry besides Barden? Guess who defended Larry besides Barden? We all know this. Brother Josh knows this because I got booted out of the group because I talked about Larry and Barton. This individual said, "Oh, I've been knowing them for a long time. They're my friends," but they would talk about the good old boys, right? Because they are all part of the same. They're all in cahoots. The good old boys. I suggest, Brother Wolf, that if you ever decide to do a conference, invite the people that are willing to coexist with one another. You know, mix it up if you ever decide to do another conference. Just remember who's been standing by your side through all the bullshit. Because as you can see, the people's infiltrating could only hold their how should I say the poker face for only so long because they show the true nature, and you know they expose themselves already. But I think that's what it was about, you know, my opinion. You just don't know, Sister Nelly. Oh, just finished recording. I see. Yeah, that's what he told me. When me and Brother Josh, we had already apologized to each other, right? Brother Josh invited me over to go, and I was debating whether I was going to go or not, you know, because I hurt my leg. I heard it during the middle of the week, which was on a Wednesday, and man, I was in pain for Thursday, and I was in pain on Friday. And my wife got off of work early and said, "Are you going to go?" I said, "Fuck it." And we popped some painkillers. I popped some painkillers that I had, and we went. But yeah, I was hurting real bad when I went to the conference. Good night, Sister Cynthia. Yeah, just a lot of things that I see. I see now. It's an ability that I have that I've always had. It is to see things, to see the spirit of people, what's within them. I remember Jessica. She was standing in front of the blondes and booze uh, display. That she was blocking all that. You couldn't even see the blondes and booze behind her. But I remember staring. It's like they knew. It's kind of like they knew who the targets were, right? Because you know another person that showed up there was they were from Texas. And he got it right in front of me. with this smirk on her face, but I ignored them. Yeah, if they really hated us that bad, we didn't have to pay charades. We could have done something there. All we had to do is leave the building to be respectful, cross a little bridge, and there's a little parking lot there. We could have handled business there. You know, whoever had a problem with me for whatever reason, we could have handled business. Even with my injured leg, I know that I was, would be able to do something. Even with my injured leg, though, I was feeling. Yeah, that's all I had to say. If Barton and Hayden does that bad, or hated me that bad, when he said that he was gonna kick my ass after the conference, how come he didn't tell me that then? I would have taken him. The bad thing, I would have taken him across a little bridge. Uh, Brother George, like, what happened to Barton Lunley? I don't know. I don't know, man. I seen him crossing across the bridge. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, we could have a little paranormal round table WrestleMania out there. Yeah, yeah, but the two people showed who are the alliance it's with, right? Got to remember that term, good old boys. Instead of lying to the good old boy color, right? Well, I don't know, man. If we have another conference, Roach Boy might come with all his roaches, thinking he's what's the name of that movie? The guy that with Mel Gibson with the face paint. He's gonna have all the roaches charge at us. Just can't remember the movie on top of my head right now. You know, but that day, I really enjoyed it, man. The conference, like I said, even though uh, I don't agree with everything that was being said, uh, it's kind of like you, man. Something was going to happen, man. I just felt it. I'll be honest. I felt something wasn't right. After I left the conference, that something wasn't right. That there's going to be a shift. I felt it. I felt something. The things there was going to be some things happening. I felt it. I guess what gave it away was I didn't know what was happening at the after party, but I wasn't there. I was with my. We were across the Lake Fort Worth, so I didn't know what happened there. But what I did witness was the ones that gave it away to me of what I witnessed was when they were talking, when somebody was talking, that wasn't cool. Uh, the other one was David from Texas was there. That I asked like, yeah, something ain't right here. And of course, Hungry Hippo was there. That I felt that something wasn't right. That there was going to be after the conference, there was going to be something happening. I just didn't know what, but there something wasn't right. Especially when Mister Fat Titty Confronting came up to me and he said, "I want to apologize to you." And I said, "Like, why you want to apologize? I don't even know who you are." I think it was in the first break, or maybe when I had spoken. He came up to me. I can't remember, but he came up to me and he told me that he felt bad because he was one of the ones that was instigating the fight between me and Josh Turner. He called himself Titan, which was the guy that was instigating on YouTube. And I said, "Man, you don't have to apologize." And I said, "No, I just need to apologize to you." But yeah, he was one of the instigators. Yeah. Yeah, one time I got sent one that said, "You don't know who this is. I don't like you. You will never find out who I am." In which, when I read that, that's not the way Dirty Ike talks. So I figured it was somebody else, and I just sent him the message like, "Well, why? I don't hide from with fake accounts. If you really dislike me, well, show me who you are." And that's the thing about these people that want to talk shit. They don't they don't say it to you face to face. They don't say it to you with the regular profile. They want to talk shit to you with fake accounts. That's why, to me, a person that doesn't even have the testicle fortitude to tell you something in your face, or even to talk to you with a real name or profile, they ain't about nobody. They're about games. Just like Corner Cobb and all his aliases, he ain't about shit. Yeah, I like Sister Bettina Moss. We really she knew other things. I think she wasn't able to flourish like she was meant to flourish in the crypto community. I'm thinking there was a lot more to her, but she kept it to a minimum because I think she already knew that she was going to be targeted. She already knew this. So she had some abilities, I believe, uh, abilities that she knows. I mean, it's kind of like she knew the things that were coming ahead of time. And she didn't want to be put in a situation where people were going to target her, not just how they targeted troll like, but want to target her personally, like threatening her life. You know, she had a sense of things because I spoke to her numerous times. So there was a she knew a lot about the dealing with the balance because she had been in certain situations. So yeah, they wanted to take out they wanted to take out all the people that had the wisdom, spiritual wisdom and knowledge of the spirit of the balance. That's what they're targeting. That's what they were targeting is people either that talk more that there's that TDM Bigfoot's dogman or demonic or spiritual. They targeted all of us because they want to get us out of the way. They want to continue with the old trend of that they're flesh and blood. Yeah, hopefully she'll come back one day, but she's living her life, living her life. Like I said, I wish I would have been where y'all were at, spend the time. But at the same time, I didn't want nobody trying to come grab my wife or grab me and stuff, like a certain individual was doing over there, groping people and stuff. Who was there just to experience something different. By the way, the barbecue was the bomb. Whoever missed the conference, that was a good old barbecue right there. Brother Josh went all out there with a barbecue. That's crazy, man. How you gonna turn your back on somebody that gave you the red carpet and frickin' did everything there for everybody? He was so happy of everybody showing up, and then people want to come do him dirty like that. That's crazy. I just don't see it. But you know what? The good thing is that y'all didn't stop. There was times that it seemed like you were not gonna do nothing no more, but I'm glad y'all didn't stop. That you continue to do what you're doing. It's important. Me, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I don't know how much more I'm going to do. Because maybe one day, as I'm getting older, I might just say, you know what? I guess it's a wrap for me. Let me focus on my life and my health. But I don't know. Maybe you throw a what do you call it? Oh, a draft, a multi ultra Michelob, was it Michelob Ultra in there? I won't say nothing. The tall boy, man. I drank two of those yesterday. That was good. I know y'all seen the picture of me drinking the tall boy yesterday at the went to the Valentine's dance. Matter of fact, went to the Valentine's dance. They had a lot of raffles throughout the Valentine's dance. On the last raffle, which was the big one, the little jar was full of tickets, and they kept on shaking it and shaking it, mixing up the tickets with their hands, shaking it. And me and my wife won. Again, that was like the third time we win, three in a row. So we basically went to the dance for free. After the dance, we went to IHOP and we ate there, and then just came home. But we had a good time for Valentine's dance. How you doing, brother Gary Lopez? Yeah, I drank me two tall boy, two uh Michelob Ultra drafts yesterday. They're pretty good size. I hadn't drank in a long time, but that felt good. Drinking the cervecita, la vironga. Let's see, I got a picture of that. I think my wife took a picture of me drinking one of those, but I don't know if she sent it. Probably not. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can find a picture with a beer. It It was nice and cold, yo. That's all I can tell you. It was nice and cold. That the brewski, oh, they hit the spot. Let me see. Let me see if I can send you all the picture. Yeah, that beer was ooh, nice and cold. I hadn't drunk a beer in a long time, but it was Valentine's Day, so I said, What the hell? Why not? Why not for Valentine's Day?" See, I got the picture of that. There I am taking a break from doing boots on the ground. It's my boots on the ground drinking a beer. There you go. I'm guilty. It was me. Oh, that beer was nice. It's a big one. Drank two of those. I think the ones in Germany might be a little bit bigger, but that was still a good size, pretty big. The one at Texas Roadhouse are pretty big, but the ones in the Fest are way bigger than that, like twice the size of that in Germany. Oh yeah, that was. I had a, that was the first beer I drunk in a very long time. Well, not really, because on my birthday I drank a beer. I drank one beer on my birthday, February 2nd. I drank a beer. Yeah, 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 man. Brother Gary. I always go to the VFW. Most VFWs or American Legions that have bars, and most of the beers are pretty cheap in there. You'll be surprised. A lot cheaper than going to bars. Uh, Pretty good price. They always got the draft, and that was good. Yeah, they told me, you want the regular or the big one. I said, I'll take the big one. That's what they told me. So something weird did happen to me when I was there dancing with my wife. As we were dancing, after we're just dancing, having a good time, I felt the presence of my grandmother there. So I started looking around because I just didn't feel her presence. Spiritually, I seen the image of her, like she was looking at us dancing. So I felt the presence of my grandmother's spirit there, like she was, because we're dancing real good out there, the Tejano, and I do a little bit of showboating because I love to dance. That's like a passion for me, and I could feel the presence of my grandmother. So I started looking around. I guess when I was a boy, when I was a no, I'm thinking 3 years old. Before pre-K, I think the Catholic school would have something for kids to go to their school when they were like 3 years old. So I remember going there and they made me dance, do a Mexican dance where The girls have the dresses. I have a sombrero and some boots, and I'm dancing around a sombrero. I remember doing that dance, and I remember my grandmother was right in the front row looking at me dancing with a big smile on her face. And when we're dancing last night, uh, just imagine my grandmother looking at us that we were dancing out there. I guess she loved the way I danced, or I just could feel her spirit. So I just did while I was dancing. I did the sign of the cross. You know, I still have a lot of unfinished business when it comes down to Elms Grove. One day I will make my way back that ways to find out what's really uh, out there in certain locations that I never bothered to go in there. One day, because there's been a couple of people that reached out to me, some brother in arms that said that they want to see if we can get together and go do some recons in this certain locations. You know, they want to go to check it out themselves. Also, these locations that I speak of, they want to do a recon and check out this location, see what we capture out there. But as far as I know, a lot of the locations where I've captured things, I've heard that they've took down all the woods in most of that area. I will have to go check it out. But most of the woods are taken down in a lot of these areas because they're building all kinds of. Then they're building some homes and they're building a mall or something. But that's further in. But yeah, one day I'll go there to check it out. No, Sister Rain, I haven't been seeing everything that's been coming out of the Epstein Isles. Uh, I seen a video of Michael Jordan grabbing a little boy. I don't know if y'all seen that. I just want you to think of it like this: there's a lot of AI right now, so you don't know what's real or what's fake. I don't know, but they created this AI for a reason. I seen this. I put it up on my group of SE News. A video of witnessed of Michael. Is it Michael Jordan that said grabbing some little boy in the butt? Let me see if I can pull up that for y'all, and y'all tell me what you think. Thinking it's AI, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's AI. I don't think it's Michael Jordan, but who knows? Let me see if I can find it. It's on SE News, by the way. Let me see if I can find that video. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I seen this video, and I don't know if it's real or not, but check it out. Check out this video, man. Or check this out, y'all. Tell me what you think about this video. So we can make it bigger there. It says Michael Jordan. I think I don't know if they said that he was on the list of the Epstein files or not. But yeah, that somebody captured this and they're like, "What's up with Michael Jordan?" They say that's Michael Jordan. I don't know what he's trying to do or what. The little kid's got a Spider-Man shirt on too. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's a real video. So I'm just trying to figure out what is he doing. The little kid's got a Spider-Man shirt on. I don't know if he's pulling a shirt or grabbing him. I mean, y'all decide. I mean, the video what he's doing. I know if he's tagging him on the shirt. If the shirt is, I don't know if it's wet or whatever. I don't know what the case is. Then YouTube it said kind of looks like he's just messing with a kid. Don't look like groping to me. Yeah, I thought he was just pulling a shirt. This was at a Daytona. Yeah. To me, it looked like he's pulling the shirt, but I don't know. But at the area where he's pulling, it looks like he's pulling the. I don't know. I mean, I was just putting it out there. I'm just showing it to y'all. I just seen it today, and I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, but there was shirts that had stuff on the front, prints on the front and print on the back. Well, that's the reason I was saying about AI. You have to be careful of what you're seeing because they can make up anything nowadays. They can make up a fake. Epstein uh, list, because we know the original list of the some of the people that were on the original list because that came out before the AI. But you got to be careful now because they can make up something. They can literally make somebody look like it's them committing a murder or a crime, and then going to come looking for them because they got. And that's why they created AI uh, to come after people in that manner. I'm thinking it's very evil. If you could, the things that they can do with AI is very evil, man. So that's why I tell everybody, you got to watch your Q's and P's, man, because they can frame you through AI. So what date is the court case for Corn the Cob? The third? Let me see something else here. So what did everybody do for Valentine's Day? March 3rd, eh? I'm thinking it looks like I don't know which Daytona it was. All I know that they showed that. You don't you don't remember when the reason I told you that the I call him the Roach Camp or I call him Corn on the Cob or the Roach Boy. People call him Roach Boy. I got the evidence here why I call him Roach Boy. I'm talking about Dirty Ike. I got the evidence right here. I'm gonna share it with y'all so y'all can see that I'm not lying about this because that was his sister. What's her name? Sister Rhonda. She was recording from inside the truck that day. That's when I really wasn't. See, was he already? Yeah, I think he was already messing with me. But I'm gonna submit this as evidence to the cryptid community or to y'all because if you watch this video and you hear the sister, she's like doing a play by play. He's out there searching, like boots around the vehicle, and his sister is saying, "I think I see a booger. I think I see a booger." And then she says, "It's running down the street." And then she says, "The booger's climbing a tree." Well, when she was saying all this, I'm looking and I go review the video after they finish playing it, and I'm looking and I see something moving and I see something climbing up a tree. I said, "Wait a moment, that's not like something climbing on the tree. That's something crawling on the windshield, crawling on the windshield." And I took a good close look at it to find out that it was a roach. So let me share with you. I'm gonna do a play-by-play here. Here we go. Check it out, folks. Okay, here we go. Well, here we go. But what you see here, brothers and sisters, is no different than what we already know. That the dirty Ike is afraid of the dark, and he likes to wear the headlight on his freaking head, and he's always got the lights from the vehicle on. So he stands in front of the lights like he's doing some kind of investigation. So if something has been boots around the dirt road or boots around the ground, boots around the vehicle. So there he is right here. There's Dirty Ike. Here is what might be possibly something here. When the sister is saying, I think I see the booger. There's this red circle king see us circling that there's something in the ground right here, right? But you got to remember she's recording from inside the vehicle, so it's the windshield that we're seeing here, plus him, which is the original picture. Let me see. Yeah. So then we'll take a little closer look. See, it was here first. Then the booger moves somewhere over here. So there's a booger. I said, man, what the hell is that? That's not a rat. What is that? So it went from here to here. And here's a close up of it. Oops, let me do the close up a little bit bigger for y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. Do the close up a little bit bigger. Check it out. I'm fixing to get a close up of it right now, so I can show you that that's a freaking roach. I'm almost done here. Just working on this photo. Do one more crop. Let me see if we made it big enough. There we go. There's the roach. Cucaracho. There it is. There's a roach, man. The roach was on their windshield, on the windshield of the truck. No, I think the vehicle is infested with roaches also, besides the house. That the vehicle itself has roaches in there also. The picture don't lie, folks. There he is. There's the cucaracho. I could try to get a little bit closer, but yeah, you can tell it's a roach. So, Jessiparamus, how does it feel being dumped to a roach? Dirty Hanks left you for the roach. Look, it's a roach. You can, even it might look blurry, but you can see that it's a roach. I think he came in here. Show me something new. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? When he came here with a fake profile, well, here's the evidence. Dirty Ike. Something new of you. Something old that we all know what you're about. Here's the evidence of Cucaracho. It was moving fast on that windshield though. He was crawling. Then there's another part where it was going up a tree. It looked like it was going up the tree, but it was going up the windshield. I need it. Yeah, there it is. La cucaracha, ya no puede caminar porque le falta marihuana que fumar. Para. Oh yeah, 38. I think that honestly, that's about the most evidence he's ever gotten was that there is roaches, even on the dirt road. Oh no, that was in his vehicle. Roaches on the windshield. Damn. He's like, he came in here with a fake profile. Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence. Show me some new evidence. Well, there you go. The evidence of you having roaches in your vehicle. Imagine Dirty Ike trying to pick up on a female, and all of a sudden a roach crawls around his by his face or land on his shoulder, just looking at. He's talking on the camera, and the roach is on his shoulder, was on top of his head as he's talking to somebody. He's like, "Oh, that's my friend, little Ike." He just eat it. Golly, you got dentures? Yeah, I think I got a picture of Ike's new girlfriend, but she wasn't impressed with him when she see them. I guess seen him exposing himself to her. Do you want to see her facial expression when Dirty Ike showed Little Ike to her? I got a picture of her. You don't want to see it when he showed Little Ike. I got a facial expression here. You want to see it? If you want to see this female, he sent a picture of Dirty Ike. I'll share it with y'all. Let me see if I can find it. Let me share it with y'all. Oh man. Yeah, I was just shooting the breathe here today. Really haven't worked on no videos or nothing. Um, I'm gonna start boxing things up just in case to get prepared for the move whenever we do move. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna be doing is boxing up a lot of my minerals and stuff. So whenever we do put it home, I'll be ready to move it. No, but it's called pestilence. What you're talking about being YouTubing, pestilence is a sign. Pestilence includes roaches, vermin, uh, mildew. Uh, like in the times of the plague, the Black Plague from back in the day. Uncleanliness, uncleanness was a sign of that too, where there was a lot of dead bodies, man. The Black Plague, yeah, uncleanliness is includes all that. When your home starts getting infested with roaches, rats, and you start having mildew on the walls appearing out of nowhere, that's when you know there's something unclean inside your home because that's what they bring is pestilence, where you start noticing things. Like for example, you go to the meat market, you buy meat, put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer, then you're gonna get the meat to go cook it, because you bought it for the month or for 2 weeks. You get the meat out of the freezer and you defrost it. Then you pull out the meat from after it gets defrosted, and you see that the meat is rotten. You're like, how this meat rotten? So I got robbed. I got robbed. It's rotten. And then you start looking at the rest of the meat as you're going to cook something else, or you want to cook something else. You start seeing things like that. You start seeing mildew around the seals of the refrigerator, mildew on the freezer, mildew in the walls. And no matter how many times you clean it, or you have the baking soda in there, things keep on happening. Uh, Another thing is the fruits. You buy fresh fruits, and you put, like, for example, some apples and bananas on the table, right? You barely bought them fresh, uh, green, possibly even green. You buy them one day overnight, and then you go grab one the following day to eat, and it's rotten. And you're like, how the fuck, if it was green, how is it rotten? I barely bought this. Well, that's what the unclean spirit do. They enter anything that is a sign of it being alive at one point in time, right, and cause that kind of pestilence. You start having problems with the toilets. Black goo starts appearing out of nowhere, like in the restrooms, or you start having a pestilence around your home where it smells like piss. And you're like, where this piss coming from? And there's spots everywhere around your home where I'm talking about big spots. And you're like, man, how is this getting here? But yeah, that's when you know that your house is being infiltrated, and then you start having, you could have mice, rats, possums, raccoons. Used to having all kinds of stuff popping inside your house. You're like, how the hell is this happening? Where are they coming from? Because it's part of the pestilence. But of course, if you live near the woods, those things can go to your house. I'm just trying to say that there's other things that happens besides the roaches, the rats, or any other critters. The key things to look up for is any rotted fruits, rotted meats, any mildew. No matter how many times you clean it up, it appears. That's when you know that there's an unclean spirit in your home. So what do? You have to clean your home, keep your house clean, and do a cleansing of your home to get rid of the unclean spirit that's causing the pestilence in your house. That's right, Sister Nella Turner. That's what it is. It's kind of like it reminds me of the woman that I met at the swimming pool. This woman, I had spoken to her, spiritually. We were talking about God and stuff like that, and I was telling she said that she had unforgiveness in her heart because her husband used to be in the military, and he came back from, I'm believing, Somalia or Bosnia or something like that, or from one of those locations. He came back, and she told me that he wasn't the same, and that's like, what do you mean he was not the same? She said that he literally, to her, what you seen, that he was possessed. The way he would act, the things that would do, uh, that he was possessed by I guess, by a demon or possibly a djinn, because where it went to when he came back, he was a different person. Uh, she had scars all over her body, on the elbows, on the knees, on the shoulders, her wrist, where he would beat the crap out of her. But she would say that she knew her husband, that wasn't her husband. She said that he was possessed by a demon, you know, that they even called a priest to try to cast the demon out of him and stuff like that. So what she did, she left. She left and uh, came to Elms Grove, where her younger sister, her husband was in the military, and she came to stay with him. And she said that she remembers she remembers of everything that happened. Uh, and I was telling her, you need to forgive him. And said, I can't, because I remember everything that he did to me. Look at me. She would show me all the scars. So I left it at that, and about 2 weeks passed by. 2 weeks passed by, and I'm at the swimming pool with my son, and we're swimming. This is like around 4:30 on a Sunday afternoon. We're swimming at the swimming pool, and I hear the gate open, and it's her, and me and my son are in the deep trading water. And when I look, she's in the water, like nearby us, but probably like maybe 10 feet away from us, and she's just looking at us real strange. And we're trading water. Hey, how you doing? And she just looking at me real strange. And then next thing you know, since we're talking about roaches, She says, I feel something on my back. And she goes like this, goes like that. And it was a big old roach on her back. And she's like, oh, I wonder how this got there. And she threw the roach and it landed on the grass. And I'm with we're trading water in the deep. And then she's looking at us. And then she said to me, because my son's, he wasn't really paying attention to her. Then she said, oh, I feel something else on my back. She went like that, and she pulled out like a freaking millipede off her back. And I'm looking in the water, and there's no bugs in the water. So I'm like, how is this happening when there's no bugs in the water? And then she went like this to her head. Oh, I got something else here. It was kind of like a spider. Grabbed it and threw it. Then she gives me this weird smile. And the first thing that I thought spiritually is she's being demonized because the things that are coming out of her body is saying that she's being infested by the pestilence, that she's being demonized. So I told my son to swim to the edge, and she's looking at us. She swims to the edge, and I get out of the deep, and I look at her. Well, you have a nice day, and she's just looking at us real strange. And we're able to get out of there and walk home. We walk home. I told my son to go take a rinse off, take a shower. He takes a shower. Then I go jump in there after he finishes, and I go take a shower. Taking my shower, I finish taking my shower, and then my sister, she said, "Hey, I think your friend is out there." I said, "Out there where?" So she's right there on the driveway. She keeps on looking towards your room, but there's something wrong with her. It's like, what do you mean? Well, the only thing I see is her eyes roll back white. So when I go look, she's got this. You could tell there's a demon in her. You could see the demon. I could see the demon. The way the teeth looked didn't look like a person's, and her eyes roll back white. Like she's possessed. So when I'm looking at her, standing there, I start praying the Our Father. And as soon as I start praying the Our Father, she just turns and walks away. I think that was the last time I ever spoke to her. So when the priest, I believe the husband might have had more than one demon. And since she had hatred and anger and vengeance, that it's possible that the demon or one of the demons might have possessed her too. But I didn't get to see her again or anything. I said to myself, I need to help her to get rid of this unclean spirit in her. But I don't know if I was up to the task at that time, because I think there was like a high level demon of some sort because of what he could do. But I didn't see her again. I don't know what happened to her. But that's what happens when you have a spiritual opening. Spiritual opening can cause other things to enter your vessel. I see some of the comments here. Let me catch up on the comments here. No, she wasn't in no drugs. She was a big woman, like Jessica Potibus. She was big. She had a lot of operations. where her husband beat the crap out of her. I mean, she had scars all over her body, shoulders, elbows, knees, ankles. She even had scars. Um, I think she might have had a scar like on her head too. But yeah, she said that she beat the crap out of her when he was possessed. She said that her husband will climb the walls when he was possessed. Well, yeah, drugs can make people act a certain way, but I'm talking about in which there could be an opening also through drugs that people get demonized. But this guy was coming from the I'm thinking from Bosnia or from Somalia that that something had possessed him. I just can't remember her name on top of my head. That's why I was tell y'all you have to be spiritual ready at all times because you don't know when you're going to get spiritually tested, brothers and sisters. At me, I understand if something is directed at me, well, then I can handle that situation. But when your loved one is near you or around you, and the threat is there, that's then you're not just worrying about yourself. You're worrying about your loved one too, because you don't want nothing to transfer, right, from that individual. Man, look at that, getting goosebumps from that individual that's possessed. You don't want to transfer to your loved ones. I used to see things like that all the time. Especially, where I would see these events happening like this. I'll see these events happening, like for example, at bars where an unclean spirit jumping from person to person, making people fight. I've seen it in church where the unclean spirits are up in the towards the ceiling area of the church, and then they fly, go into people. I've seen it at church, uh, just about everywhere that I've been through. Uh, the shadow figures or spirits, unclean spirits, or they can enter somebody. Yeah, it's sometimes people give up in life, brothers and sisters. They don't want to do nothing for themselves. And of course, when you go to the doctors, they want to keep you medicated, give you medicines for. They'll say that you have that you're bipolar, or they'll say you're what's the other word besides bipolar, schizophrenic. So they get you on heavy medications that you just got you uh, feeling a certain way. But the main problem is if these people are being demonized, then yeah, you have to get rid of the unclean spirit in order for the person to become better. And that unclean spirit, the demon, will keep the person away from y'all. That sometimes the person's become homeless because it wants them to think that nobody cares about them, in which it's stop caring about themselves and they give up in life, become homeless, you know, and it's because the demon has control of them. I have a nephew that I'm going to try to help out, get on his feet and stuff, but I know that he might have a negative attachment from Elms Grove, so I'm going to have to fight spiritually for him. Can't do it right now, but once I get the I do find a location or a home, I'm gonna see if I can help him get rid of that unclean spirit and try to help him get on his feet and stuff like that. But yeah, he's been having it very rough for a couple of years, or a lot of years now. He witnessed. He's the one. He witnessed the dog man, or what they call dog man, but I call the demon or DDN. He witnessed the one that was all black, and he was the one that witnessed the brown one with me that we chased it. Uh, he stayed there after I left and then moved to Temple. He stayed there with my sister, so he was going through things that still in Elms Grove with that house, where he was enacting himself. My sister was saying that she felt that he was possessed, that certain things were happening to him, that he knew certain things that there's no way he should have known. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna try to see how I can help him. I'm gonna let the Lord guide me. But once I move and get my own place, it's about the time where I'm gonna try to see if I can assist him, help him out. Yeah, he was there. You know, I'm trying to see how I can find a job for him. He's been struggling. He's been struggling. He's got a bad background because when he was being, I guess, demonized, he got in trouble. Something happened. Uh, that he wound up going to prison. He didn't do nothing to nobody, but they're trying to say that he was robbing something, and they made it something something out of nothing. But I know what the problem is. The problem is that's what demons do. They make things happen to put a person in a darker hole because they don't want nobody to reach that person to help him out spiritually. Right now, he's living in the streets. His My sister and his brother took him to Arizona. He didn't want to be there. He said, "I'd rather go back to Killeen." He came to Killeen and said, "I don't care if I live in the streets." And that's not the way somebody normal is supposed to think, right? I could try to help him, but what if he does the same thing to me? But I'm going to try to help him spiritually first before I do anything else. I'm going to have to fight that the demon. We're going to fight it and get it out. If he's being if he's got control of him, I'm going to tie it and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. But all in due time. Yeah. And he was a good kid, you know. Times have passed, time flies, but I'm still the uncle, and I feel that I need to help him. But right now I can't. But when I can, I will. You know. But yeah, that's an untold story. Is that there was a family member that got affected by Elms Grove, and that's my nephew. I'm gonna try to help him. I have to, but all in due time. When you live a certain way and you've been to prison or whatever, jail, prison, eh, you learn habits. So, and the only thing the demon does is anchors within that vessel. So it anchors strong in that vessel. So I'm really gonna have to help them spiritually. Yeah, and that's sad because I do have family members that live in Killeen, but nobody wants to extend an olive branch to helping them out. Because honestly, you know, because she changes. You could be normal, and the next thing you know, he's like a whole different person. Schizophrenic. Is it really schizophrenic? Or is it because it's being demonized? He would tell me one time that my sister was saying he was acting strange. I went over there and I was like, hey, what's going on? We went to the park. We're at the park. It's when I was already living in Temple. And he's like, the woman that lives in the woods wants me to ask you, why would you hit the trees? I said, the woman that lives, so where's this woman live at? She lives right in there. And he pointed to an area where I heard a woman laugh one time where the soldier got attacked. She just wants me to ask you. She asked me where you're at because she hasn't seen you in a while. She asked me to tell you that why would you hit the tree? Guess what he told me. But I knew that something wasn't right with him, that there was an unclean spirit there. And I said, let me pray right now. So I started praying. I guess the negative energies that were there or whatever. But yeah, man, I do have my own family and everything. I just feel I need a help. But, sometimes you try to help out somebody. Like, for example, you know, Cluffington, PRT, I'll try to help them out. And look what it did. You try to help out Barden. Look what he did. But, the difference is that this is, family. I really have to help him get on his feet. But at the same time, he's going to want to change. If he don't want to change, then what I can only do so much, right? Yeah. My brother found him because he was staying with my ex brother-in-law, but I guess he took off back to the Rio Grande Valley. And my brother uh, seen him sitting by a church. He said he was real dirty, and then he told him that he was hungry, and he said, "Yeah." So my brother gave him some money so he can get something to eat. My brother Jack, he always every time he sees him, he gives him money, but money can only go so far. I want to try to see if I can help him out differently. You know, trying to see if I can help him get back on his feet. To know that he is somebody, that he can do it. Even if I have to bless him a little bit here and there with something to get him motivated. We'll see what I can do for him, but not right now. It's when I finally decide to get the home. But there is a lot of people that choose to live that way. You know, but is there people that have negative attachments that are homeless? Yes. But anyways, we know that corn on the cob has negative attachments. Any people that are associated with them have negative attachments. How do we know? Because of the pestilence, the way they live, the uncleanliness. That's an opening. Yeah, it's like most of my brothers and sisters. They have their own families and they take care of their own. Back in the days, it wasn't like that. Everybody helps out everybody, but at the same time, you can only do so much for people because they're going to choose their path in life. I'm known to people that they're on drugs and they choose to be on drugs. No matter how many times you help them, you can't help out a drug addict with money because they're not going to buy food with that money. They're going to do something else with that money, do the drugs. So you can't give a drug addict money. What you can do for them? If they say they're hungry, I say, well, come on, let's go. Let's go. I'll get you something to eat. Or let's go. I'll buy you something to eat. But that's the worst thing you can do for somebody with an addiction is give them money. And they're right corner cod. You can't give them $20 for a rubber ducky because you already know what they're going to do with the 20. They won't buy that rock, that crack for the pipe, and they're right dirty eye. You seen a money maker with those little duckies you stole from that back during the COVID. That's what you're buying it for. Say the truth. That's where your teeth are all jacked up. Another thing, I want to help, but then it's like I don't know because I don't want nothing. You know, I like leaving things free around my home. I don't want things to disappear out of my house. You know what I'm saying? They got the problem of stealing. Yeah, that's the last thing I need. Now I want to help, but if you can't help yourself and you want to take stuff from me, then I can help you. Yeah, yeah. I have a buddy that's a cop in Oklahoma. I'm not going to say what rank he is, but when I showed him a picture of Dirty Ike, I said, "Oh yeah, this guy here. That's how the meth heads look over here in Oklahoma." He said, "I can tell you right now just by looking at his picture that he does the drugs." And he told me he's not worth your time. He said you're a strong person. Just don't even waste your time with that guy. He's a freaking loser. Sooner or later, he's going to get his. That's what he said. And it was a picture of him, a picture of his co-host, Hungry Hippo, and a picture of the other guy that they had. There was three people on there. He said that they have something in common. That they all look like a typical meth head. Dirty, I got a question for you. Why do you always say when you go investigate, you know, why do you always say, no, mommy, no, mommy, no? You know that's really you saying that in a kid's voice. The question I got for you, Dirty Ike, Did your mom do something to you when you were a kid? That the kid in you has a flashback or PTSD that you say no, mommy, no, mommy, no, because mommy did something to you? Just a question. If there anybody that is looking into all this that is affiliated with the court case, that's a good question to ask them because that right there by itself answers a lot of questions of his mentality and possibly what he might be capable of doing when you have split personalities like that. Something ain't right with that guy. And the red dirty act. When you say no, mommy, no, mommy, no. So I'm going to give the audience a chance to respond to what I'm saying. Why do y'all think that he says no, mommy, no, with an alter ego of a voice of a boy? Was he trying to pretend that there was a ghost saying no, mommy, no? Or is it something that his inner personality came out, right? Of him being a little boy saying no, mommy, no, mommy, no. What did mommy do to you, little Ike? I'm just asking, man. And you did this on a boots on the ground video in front of everybody. I've known people, brother and sisters, that have been victims that'll do something like that. That something happened to them, and they'll go to their inner voice and a flashback and pretend to be a little kid. I've seen Dirty Ike do it. I've seen women do it, pretend to be little girls because something happened to them. So I want the court system, if they're listening, to anybody working for the court system of the what is it? What is he? Comanche or Cherokee, whatever he is, from Oklahoma, to submit it as evidence that what if all the fake troll profiles he's got is a different personality. Every single one of them is a different personality. Chicken Cleghorn, in which you already got an evidence. Damon Peterson, John Smith, Little Bree. All this fake profiles is actually different personalities of this guy. Something stemming from no mommy, no mommy, no. So that would mean that I just want you to use that and submit that as evidence that he's got multiple personalities and that he is incapable of being uh, a parent, incapable of being with his son alone, that you should do something about the mom having full custody of him and the son being saved with the mother because this guy here is freaking nuts. He's really got some deep issues that he needs help. He's really got some issues. He needs help. Yeah. So, Jessica, I got a question for you. Well, if you want to jump on here, I'll drop a link for you. You're probably tuning in, so I'm gonna drop a link for you. We don't need multiple personalities. I care. I'm gonna drop a link for you, Jessica. I got a question for you. The question I got for you is: of all the times that you talked to him on the phone, did he ever pretend to be a little boy? Did the personality or that we all heard of him saying no mommy no mommy no, did you ever see that surface up in your conversations with him? Just a question. As many times as you talk to him, many times that you talk to him, I'm more than sure you done had heard that personality come out of him. But you, crazy Dana Ortega, did you ever see that personality come out when he talks to you? I'm a grandmother. I'm a granny. Yeah, he got some serious issues. She said he called women whores and degraded women, but at the same time, he's saying no, mommy, no, mommy, no, like in the voice of a little kid. I just want to know what mommy did to him for him to be talking like that. They're gonna be like that. That ape science. He's talking about us. I just asking freaking questions. That's all I'm asking is questions. Why? Why would you pretend? Uh, why would you poke your sister and your daughter in the back? Uh, Poking them. I'm talking about poking them. But would you poke them in the back the way you were poking them? Is it something do you do all the time? Poking them? Because the way your daughter was acting, it's not the. To me, it seems like you like doing that all the time. The way she acted, because the face she made, like the face, like oh shit, here we go again. He's poking me with his finger. So hopefully, if she's listening, hopefully when Little Hunter steps up and does what he does, I hope everybody else starts stepping up of what he's done. Because that right there, I know when you joke around sometimes, you tap somebody on the shoulder and they turn around, but there's nobody there because you're doing it so they can turn around the wrong way. They're joking around, but this guy's touching them in other places, you know. So it's like something strange about that. And another thing, using his son's cooking account, right? What was the name of that account? His son will use Little Hunter that he's got for YouTube. He was using his account. He came to my show one time with his son's account, saying it was him. The what you do, what happened to his account, blah blah blah. He came in his son's account, which that seems kind of odd to me. You know, you have all these fake profiles. Why will you use your son's outdoors adventures account to come into my show and come mess with me, talking about you trying to figure out things and all this stuff. Was you trying to pretend? You said it was you, Mike Stephen Michael. You said it was you using your son's account. So I got another question. Why are you using your son's account when your son was a minor? You came to my show using his account. What is was you trying to let me know something? Uh, have you used that account for other things? So that's another thing. Outdoors Adventures on YouTube. If somebody from the court system are listening, because I'm more sure people are listening because they're like, oh, he's always messing with me. That guy, I used to be a sergeant in the United States Army, so I know certain things. Uh, yeah, check into that. Outdoors Adventures, because he trolled me with that account. He's trolled me with many accounts on my YouTube channel. All he's been trolling me for a long time. The Outdoors Adventures was his son's account. That he just didn't troll me; he trolled other people with it. And now we're just trying to figure out if it's his son's account. Why is he using his son is a minor? Which did he use that account to contact his son's friends or other minors at the time frame? Is a big question mark in my head. I'm just putting it out there. She knows. Hopefully, hopefully she'll say something and step up. Yeah, there's something ain't right with that guy. Yeah, I think it was called. Was it? I think it was called Outdoors Adventures. Uh, Hunters. Hunters. YouTube channel. Let me see if it still exists. There you go. Wide Open Adventures with a channel name. Does that channel even exist anymore? Wide Open Adventures. Is it a Wide Open Adventures now? Yeah, that's it. Let me see. There it is. It's called Wide Open Adventures. There's little Hunter on that channel. This is supposed to be his channel. And there's Dirty Ike taking over the channel. After Sunner, oh, it got dark all around me. Whoa, what's going on here? There's any unclean spirits here. In the welcome here, we type under Greek in Jesus Christ's name. Leave. Welcome to my house. Let me look at the comments here. You see, people might think I'm not paying attention to anything. I pay attention to every little thing. That's why I prayed for little Hunter, and which thank God he's with his mother, Sister Melissa, that she's been taking care of him. I'm happy he's there. He's in a safe haven. Yeah, the DDN, man, this unclean spirits, shadow figures, because of what I'm speaking of. Yeah, it got pitch dark around me, but that's okay. Once I prayed and rebuked in Jesus Christ's name, it got lighter. And I was looking at the light. The light, there was nothing wrong with the light. It was just darkness around me. Yeah, continuous prayers for Sister Melissa, little Hunter. Let's pray for them. Heavenly Father, at this time, we'd like to pray for everybody here in the chat, for me, for Sister Melissa, little Hunter. We'd like to pray, Heavenly Father, if anybody's doing any kind of witchcraft or necromancy, uh, we take authority over any of that in Jesus Christ's name. We type and rebuke that in Jesus Christ's name. For anybody trying to do witchcraft or necromancy, for it to remain with the sender and not affect anybody that they're trying to affect. Uh, Also, we'd like to pray for you to continue to give us good health. Prayers to the Turners, PRT, Brother Josh Turner, Sister Nellie Turner, Brother Anthony, Tony, and Sister Madeline. Uh, for you continue to protect them, Heavenly Father. Keep their home, all our homes. We're placing heavenly spiritual crosses on the doorways and the windows. Uh, Heavenly spiritual crosses on us from head to toe. And continue to send the heavenly angels and the Holy Spirit to do a clean sweep of our vessels and our homes at this time. This we pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Yeah, the darkness that you all seen. My hair's kind of standing up right now a little bit, but the darkness that you just seen, I looked at the light. The light looks the same way that I'm seeing it right now, but it got dark all around me. Yeah, that happens sometimes uh, because of all the things that I'm talking about right now, brothers and sisters. Of what I'm attempting to do. I'm putting all these things out there. I think sometimes when you're trying to do good, evil wants to continue the division, wants to continue the anger, the hatred, the vengeance. But that's when we go into prayer. You go into prayer to keep your mind straight, to keep the anger out, the vengeance, but just speak about it. That's what I've been doing here tonight. Just speaking about it. Let it out. Don't keep it within yourself, and pray against it. Prayer is very important, but I think we're onto something. I believe that everything that I spoke here tonight was for a reason. So we're just going to leave it up into the Heavenly Father's hands, and I guess you could say the court system. But yeah, there's a lot of challenges around us daily, man. Just got to stay patient, maintain your heavenly love foundation, and we can overcome whatever. But yeah, you got like pitch start. I'm gonna have to watch that replay. I'm gonna make a short reel of that moment of when that happened, what we're talking about. So whatever I was talking about had to do with what happened here. That's right, brother Gary. Hunter is home safely. Let's see what we got here. I'm way behind. Yeah, yeah, been YouTubing. That happens all the time to me. Strange things like that happen all the time. No, we got the evidence when the shadow figure appeared. There is forces that are trying to stop me from doing the good works, but I will do the good works because I know that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. That through Him we can come up. There's nobody come up against me when you have Him on your side. So yeah, I'm going to continue to do the works, the good works, and I know that somebody's listening. So yeah, all these things that are happening for a reason. You could say what we were talking about when it got dark is because there is darkness. There's things that hide in the darkness, and I guess it's saying, yeah, there is some evil stuff there that has occurred, and hopefully, if somebody is listening that belongs on the good side of the law, they'll look into everything that I just said here right now. Something ain't right. Yeah, yeah. This was like you could say some super dark stuff because it was all yeah, I could see it on the screen. And when I'm seeing I was seeing the darkness, I'm seeing the light. The light is hasn't changed at all. It was just dark all around me. So that's why I said, hey, I'm gonna, welcome here. That's what y'all got to do. Is don't be afraid. Just say, get out of here. Welcome. You're the the head of the household, the owner of your property. That's your house. Take authority over it. Send it away. Doesn't matter what the manifestation is. You see something like what happened here, you send it away. Take authority over it. Wow. Yeah. But I have my protection, silver, silver ring. I have protection all around me, brothers and sisters. And of course, that's why I go into prayer. The ultimate protection is Jesus Christ. This is just so I won't get my energy zapped. Basically, that's what it is. It protects, but so I won't get zapped. So, well, y'all telling me, who was the one that talked about he bought a cheap? So he left Jessipotamus for a cheap. What's the name of the cheap? Dana? It's crazy. Do the sign of the cross. You seen that? I did the sign of the cross and it got dark. See, the light is on. Wow. Yeah, something's acting strange here. I see my thing just going on and off, going on and off. Where my picture is over here, acting strange. Yeah, something happened. Yeah, because of what I'm talking about. So yes, all right. We send it back to the sender. But this activity here is crazy here in all of Central Texas. You get that kind of strange activity. It's horrible, man. I mean, I'm used to it now, but I know what it is. So I just pray against it. Somebody tried. It's okay. They can, I don't accept no negativity. I deflect it. Go back to the sender. But I don't want to keep you all too late, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to call it a night at 3 in about 4 minutes. But look at the time frame that all this happened with the darkness. Uh, so it happened. There it is again. We tie, Brother Enrique, in Jesus Christ's name. If there's any unclean spirits here, welcome. It's a light, still working right. We tie, Brother Enrique, in Jesus Christ's name. You're not allowed here. Leave. You're not welcome in my household. We take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. Heavenly Father, send your heavenly angels. Do a clean sweep of my home. Get rid of the unclean spirits that are coming into my house. We tie Brother Enrique in Jesus Christ's name. Leave. This we pray in your name, Heavenly Father. Amen. I've seen that. I showed you the light that is working. There's nothing wrong with the light. As soon as I did that, it just got dark. So that's 2 times. I have to make 2 short reels of that. See, I brought the light told me to show you through the darkness that the light was working properly. It was just dark all around me. I'm gonna make a short reel of that. 2 short reels of when that happened. But the one where I'm holding the light and you can see the light is on and it's still dark around me. Prayers to Shay Viking. Hope you get better. Prayers of healing. I just want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. I will make a short reel when it got dark and I'm holding the light. Might make 2 short reels of the 2 times that it happened here tonight where it got dark. I'm going to make 2 short reels of the times that happened and put them out so y'all can check it out. Just thank you to the viewers, Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, PRT, to the members of the paratroopers that jump on here and support Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I want to thank the moderators for always doing a good job. But yes, I'll keep you in prayer. You all keep me in prayer, brothers and sisters. That's how we're able to overcome any dark energies or dark forces is through Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 of them. The first one, and then the one where it got dark, and I bring the light down so you can see that the light is still on, but it's dark all around me. And like I said, I'm not even going on an investigation. I'm here sitting down making a video with y'all, and it happened. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, thank you, brothers and sisters. I think Brother Just Turner is going to be having open mic night tomorrow. I don't know what time he's going to start. So tune into him tomorrow night. And thank you all, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. God bless you all and your families. Remember to maintain your Heavenly Love Foundation and to have the relationship with Jesus Christ, because that's the only way where prayers can be effective is through Jesus Christ. But in saying that, Good night, Sister Nella Turner, Madeline, everybody here in the chat. Andres, oh man, everybody that just tuned in tonight. Thank y'all. God bless y'all. I'm going to call it a night. Good night, everybody. This is Brother Apesius. Oh. Sarncius signing off from Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I could probably could have gone another hour, but there's people that need to get rest here at the household. Good night, everybody, and God bless y'all.